That was our the big NCAA news. We'll skip our way down the line. We'll work our way up to the big stuff. A little bit of football news this week.
Just a little bit.
Some stuff that kind of finishes our understanding of the layout of teams coming into next year.
Kind of, and some teams, it's a whole new landscape once again. The new landscape, we'll start there. The Indianapolis Colts announced that their quarterback, Anthony Richard, who we talked about previously on this podcast, he's going out indefinitely. He has a shoulder injury, and they don't know sort of when he's expected to be back or to recover. Luckily enough for them, though, they did go grab Daniel Jones this offseason, so he's, I guess, slotted in to be their starter would be my best guesstimate.
Certainly that has to be the current operating plan, but that's never a good sign when the people who are very interested in knowing what the timelines of sports injuries are can come out and say, we don't know what the timeline of the sports injury is going to be.
Yeah, it's kind of just, I mean, the poor kid, the poor guy, just another note in his story, struggled. He was highly doubted to be drafted. Then when he did get drafted high, he came in and they didn't really give him an opportunity. And then he finally got his opportunity and he just stopped playing for some unbeknownst reason to any competitor out there and professional athlete. So he had to answer that. And now he has an injury. So just a tough hill for Richardson to climb. But on the other side, still handing out jobs to old men. Aaron Rodgers finds his home in Pittsburgh. He signs a 1 year, I do believe, $10 million guaranteed. I do believe there is some incentives there to get that up to 20 plus.
Wow.
But he has a new home, and Pittsburgh has a brand new quarterback. Worst case scenario for them, they did not do
absolutely terrible news if you're a Pittsburgh fan in my eyes. You were thinking either, was it Pickett or Wilson?
Pickett, Wilson, or Fields, one of the two quarterbacks you had on your roster, both who jumped ship to go elsewhere.
And all of a sudden, you've got old man Rodgers.
I don't know. I don't know. We'll see what Mike Tomlin does with this one. I thought Russell Wilson was dead, but he found a way to revive him. So we will see if that works for Aaron Rodgers as well. That will be a fun mix and matchup between him and Aaron. From a emotional standpoint and how they are characteristically, they're very similar, very dry, and give you kind of nothing overall from like a media standpoint. So you have no clue what's going on at any time, but we'll see.
I suppose so, yeah. It's a strange combo to find ourselves in a world where Aaron Rodgers is the Pittsburgh Steelers starting quarterback. But yeah, I guess we'll see how that works out or how long that lasts.
Is the way of Green Bay quarterbacks, it seems.
OTAs were over, which is just the mildest bit of football news. It means we saw some balls getting thrown around, and I don't really put much stock in OTAs at all.
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, Denver News, Bo Nix looked pretty good throughout. He looks still very, very good. We literally like him as a quarterback, so that's super nice to
Very nice to not be worrying about the quarterback competition this year.
Yeah, the News were kind of waiting to see what happens for us. Again, another old man. We're trying to see where Von Miller ends up. I know he's been kind of hanging around the Denver area with all his friends that are still back here that he played with, but there's also...
I'm pretty certain he was on one of the radio shows last week and put a definite end to a Denver comeback where he was like, I'm not playing special teams, and these guys got plenty of good rushers who will also be contributing in multiple phases.
Kind of loaded that up a little bit. So the other place for him to end up, oddly enough, is out in Vegas. He may...
Oh, no. Yeah, Vaughn, he couldn't.
Yeah, the rumors are that they were maybe in discussions on bringing Von Miller into the Vegas organization.
That would be the darkest timeline. I couldn't handle that, I don't think.
I don't know for who.
It's not great for either side.
Oh, the other news I saw was you'll get a kick out of this. The Raiders, not being the incompetent team they are, allegedly they changed Sean Jonte's stance in the backfield, and they brought up Chip Kelly, who is the offensive coordinator, and he said, "No, I never told Jonte to ever change his stance or anything like that." And then not but a minute later, he's like, "But the position you have to be in a bent knees. It's a bent knees position." So he said, I didn't tell him to change it, and then he said, but
I did expect it to be different than what he
did have
was
to change it. Yes. Yeah. So good for them.
Great start. Off to a one. Oh man, if That'll actually be very funny if the Raiders, can just have. I mean, it won't be funny for Ashton to have his rookie season ruined by incompetence, but very funny for the organization to be like, "What are you doing with this kid?"
I mean, that's just kind of how they've been running for the past, I don't know how many years, probably since Demarcus Russell, to be honest. A lot of not great decisions, just through and through, and they can continue to do so. I feel bad for him because he could have been here where things are on the up and up. The sun's a little brighter over here. Grass is greener. I will say that for sure.
It would have been nice, but I'm a little surprised we didn't have a stab at him. But Sean Payton clearly knew what he was going for in the draft.
He went way too high for us to even think to even like have a thought of him. I mean, 7 pick. Good news for us. I mean, there's still a decent amount of running backs out there for us to go get and supplement our backfield if we want.
I think that's the biggest thing. Yeah, that's a pretty deep pool of talent out there.
Dobbins still out there, Chubb still out there, Zeke still out there if you're feeling a little risky. But a lot of other big names who we know are still out there on the market. From what I've heard from the OTAs, is Harvey looked pretty decent overall. Estime, we're kind of trying to figure out what he is and what he's going to do. And then kind of McLaughlin's positions I'm going to expect to get filled by Harvey because they are same, but one's younger. So.
Yeah, again, we'll maybe dive into exact personnel after we get a maybe preseason game or two in and see how the depth chart's looking.
Yeah, once we get through training camp, that'll be fun because we will see some new names and places on the roster as well.
Yeah, there's always a couple of surprises at a training camps as far as who shines, who maybe has regressed, and who goes down for the season with injury.
Yeah.
Love those.